During a recent closed-door meeting between Roman Reigns and Vince McMahon, Roman reportedly told Vince that he was about to do something that would shock the wrestling world. In real life, Roman Reigns believes that he is not only the top wrestler in WWE, but in all of the world of wrestling. And to prove this, Roman floated an idea to Vince McMahon to do a live invasion of AEW, as the rumored plan is to have Roman lead a team of top WWE wrestlers, including the Fiend Bray Wyatt and Drew McIntyre, and storm the set of AEW Dynamite live on TNT, where Roman and his WWE cohorts would go face to face with AEW's biggest star, Jon Moxley, and backing up Moxley would most likely be other AEW top stars, such as Chris Jericho and Cody Rhodes, where an unscripted confrontation would take place between 6 of the biggest stars in all of wrestling, and there is little doubt that there will be a lot of trash talking between the two rival groups, as Jon Moxley will make it known exactly why he left WWE and why he's happier wrestling for AEW. But it's possible that Roman will counter Moxley's jab at WWE with the cold hard truth that even though AEW gets better overall reviews than WWE gets more than 1 million viewers than AEW. The two groups will fight each other and it will all be as real as it gets. After Roman Reigns told his idea about WWE invading AEW, Vince told Roman that when the time is right, the invasion will begin. A former champion is currently in talks to return to WWE. Nikki Bella's fiance, Artem, recently said in an interview that Nikki is currently talking to WWE about returning on a part-time basis. The current plan is to have Nikki wrestle at big pay-per-view events, such as SummerSlam and WrestleMania, and promote her as the greatest women's champion of all time. Nikki recently gave birth to her first baby, and she is already getting back in shape and is putting long hours in the gym. Nikki's comeback will most likely be on SmackDown, as the Fox network is pressuring WWE to have more established stars on the show after losing many of their big stars to Raw during the draft. When Nikki Bella returns, she will not be alone, as her twin sister Brie will return with her. However, Brie will mostly act as Nikki's manager and will not wrestle due to some issues that she had in the ring. But Brie will be by Nikki's side and make sure that she captures the SmackDown Women's Championship. There are some big changes coming to WWE. In March 2020, WWE was forced to stop letting fans physically attend their events due to the global health crisis, but now it's rumored that WWE plans to get rid of all virtual fans, and instead they will allow fans to once again physically attend live events, and this includes Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, and the return of house shows, and it will start at WrestleMania 37. It was previously rumored that WWE would no longer do house shows once fans came back because the house shows were losing money and were poorly attended. But Vince McMahon believes that fans will be starving for live events that they can attend, and the company will do huge business in the months following WrestleMania, which means that WWE wrestlers will once again have to spend most of their time traveling on the road and working house shows. Vince McMahon hopes to pack the venues as much as possible and cash in on a resurgence of live wrestling events with fans physically in attendance. Brand new wrestlers are set to debut in WWE. In August 2020, NXT champion Karrion Kross was forced to vacate his title due to an injury, and he has been gone ever since then. But now he is set to return, but it won't be in NXT. Instead, rumor has it that Vince McMahon believes that Karrion Kross's character and skills are so good that he and his real-life girlfriend, Scarlett, should debut on the main roster as soon as possible. But for right now, fans will have to wait a little bit longer because the current plan is to have Karrion Kross and Scarlett debut right after the TLC pay-per-view in December 2020, and another NXT wrestler is also about to make the move to the main roster. Rhea Ripley has quietly wrestled in her very last match in NXT because she is now set to debut in WWE, and it's rumored that she will join the Raw brand and vie for the Raw Women's Championship. And fans of Rhea are hopeful that her transition to the main roster will be much more successful than recent NXT acquisitions, who failed to get over on the main roster because WWE did a poor job of booking them. But most likely, Rhea will instantly become one of the biggest female stars in all of WWE. John Cena recently experienced a shocking tragedy. John Cena is no doubt one of the truly most caring celebrities who does his best to help everyone that crosses his path. But recently, tragedy struck when a male contestant on a show that John was hosting called Wipeout, which was set to debut very soon on TBS, unexpectedly passed away after running through an obstacle course as part of the show, as all John could do was stand by and watch as the paramedics tried to revive the contestant. And reports say that John Cena felt completely helpless as he watched a man pass away right before his eyes, as it's now been revealed that the man suffered some sort of heart issues after running the obstacle course. And after this terrible tragedy, John told close friends that he wishes that he never would have signed up to be a part of the show, because obviously there's a big problem with the show if a contestant doesn't make it home alive after appearing on it. Reports say that John Cena is so distraught about the tragedy that he's been unable to sleep or eat, and he has already reached out to the family of the deceased contestant to let them know that he will help them in any way that he can. But only hours after this tragedy took place, there is already talk that the show will be pulled from TV and canceled due to the tragedy, and the John Cena hosted episodes will never be aired, as this is a very serious and tragic situation. What do you think about WWE invading AEW? And if John Cena's new show, Wipeout, does air, will you watch it? Leave a comment and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you don't miss our next video.